James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had an absolutely huge, most probably an X flare, pop off the backside of our sun. The opposite of Earth facing, again on the backside of the sun. But these sunspots, as I will soon show you, will be rotating around to be Earth facing in just a couple of days. You can see the explosion here. We will slow it down to get a better look at it. Absolutely huge. All right, we can first see the explosion. It looks like at around, probably happened around 8 UTC time. That's going to be about 1 o'clock last night. And it makes it around the protective disk by 8:30. You can see how extensive this coronal mass ejection is. Obviously, there was a large solar flare with a very large coronal mass ejection, a halo ejection, definitely an X-class solar flare. We can bet our bank accounts on that one. And these sunspots will be coming in to be Earth-facing in just a few days. We're talking about 3 or 4 days maximum. So we could be having a September to remember, to say the very least. All right, NOAA is reporting, seen on GOES 19 Core 1, they've observed a very strong coronal mass ejection from the far side of the sun. And they're talking about the speed of the plasma here. A CME was detected the morning of the 21st. Like I said, about 1 a.m. Central Time. It was from the non-Earth directed side of the sun. Coronal mass ejection is an eruption of solar materials and magnetic fields. This CME is not Earth directed, rather it erupted from the far side of the sun and is headed in the opposite direction of Earth. Now, I've seen us get proton storms from non-Earth directed solar flares and associated coronal mass ejections that were this size before. So we'll see what happens. While the Space Weather Prediction Center forecasters do not know with certainty where the far side source of this CME was located, it does seem likely this could have been associated from an area approximately 3 to 4 days from rotating into Earth's view. And I will show y'all where this occurred. No effects are anticipated from this coronal mass ejection. However, the Space Weather Prediction Center forecasters will continue to look for any early evidence of an active region rotating into Earth's view along the eastern solar limb in the days ahead. During the early morning hours of the 21st of August, a fairly fast coronal mass ejection erupted from the far side of the sun. Initial measurements of the estimated speed suggest it could be traveling at over 3 million miles an hour. If this CME had been Earth-directed, this means the CME would have arrived in close to 24 hours. So we're talking about a very large coronal mass ejection. The Carrington event arrived 18 hours after the blast. This GOES 19 Core 1 imagery shows very clearly the movement and progression of this CME. The suspected source for this coronal mass ejection could be rotating into Earth's view in the next 3 to 4 days, and our Space Weather Prediction Center forecasters will be diligently searching for any evidence of such a feature. Stay informed by visiting our website. We're going to take a look at the backside of the sun right now. All right, these are our sunspot groups here, and it's going to be 016. It was concentrated to the north here, but this is all one sunspot group, 016. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 other sunspot groups coming around the limb as well. Now, full rotation of our sun is about 28 days. And these composites, as you can see, are from the 19th. It takes about 2 days to put them together. So this has moved quite a bit towards the incoming limb, and these two probably will be named by morning, whereas 016 should be coming around the limb sooner than NOAA believes. Remember, this is about 2 days old. It looks like the first part of that large sunspot group. It's going to be 016. Should be coming around the limb probably within 48 hours. I will let y'all know as it comes around the limb. And it looks like 015 has already been named. It is Sunspot AR 4191. I will show y'all 015. It was the other purple sunspot on the back side to kind of give you an idea of how fast this is moving and when we should be seeing some problems. Here is 015 a day and a half ago, and it has been named, as we've just seen. It doesn't look like 012 has been named yet, although I would expect that it should have been named. Heading quickly over to SOHO, 284 angstroms, so we can get a good look at what's going on. You can see that 4191 has been named, and it's been very active. Definitely not the culprit for today's most probable X-class solar flare and associated coronal mass ejection. We also have a coronal hole here in the northern hemisphere of our sun. You can also see that 012 that was in Hunter green has not come around the limb far enough to have been named. Now, I do see this strange large filament that looks like it stretches across the whole southern part of our star. I really want to get a look at this in a different lens. So if you're with me, hang on and let's see if this is some kind of camera relic, which it doesn't appear to be, or if this is the real deal. That is some filament. Right, this is 171. Can definitely see this here, and it looks like it extends out on both sides. It does look like it's a filament. I pray that it's not. It would be the largest filament I'd ever seen. It could be a very thin coronal hole that has two solar tornadoes on either end. Now I'm just dreaming. And getting one more look at this 195 angstroms on SOHO. You can see that it actually protrudes here. It looks like it runs through the whole southern hemisphere and protrudes here at the end as well. Now, it's on all of the different magnifications or lenses. So I would assume that it's the real deal here. I hope that it's some sort of coronal hole that's lined up in a thin line, but it looks like a very long, large filament to me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. God bless. Let's hope it doesn't pop off because, well, we might get burnt. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.